I tested Meta's MuseSpark 1.2 so you don't have to. And I'm going to show you how it stacks up against GPT 5.6 Sol, Fable 5, and Qwen 3.8. Meta just dropped two things: MuseSpark 1.2, the model, and MuseCode, an agentic harness that wraps around it. MuseCode keeps a local log of every tool call and every edit. So if a run crashes, the agent just picks up right where it left off. It even ships with built-in skills. /plan turns a task into an approval-gated plan, /grill stress tests that plan, and /goal pushes toward the objective. But here's the number everyone is going to code. On their own coding benchmarks, MuseSpark 1.2 never comes first. On Terminal Bench, it lands second, behind Opus 5. On Deep SWE, it drops to third. Even on Meta's own internal benchmark, it sits behind Opus 5. So on their own benchmarks, it never actually beats Opus 5. Let's see what that looks like when we really build with it. This is the first thing we built with it. Honestly, not that great. It's slow and laggy, and it feels like an older generation model. This is an RPG style game, and even the camera angle doesn't make much sense. Fable 5 did a better job here. But compare it to Qwen 3.8, Qwen absolutely crushed this task. And to be fair, GPT 5.6 Sol did a much better job too. It's not a bad model, it's just nowhere near frontier level, and I wouldn't use it directly for builds like this. Here's a flight simulator, and it just feels buggy compared to everything else. Next up, a Neon Blaster game. This one honestly wasn't bad, it just lacks detail. One thing in its favor though, it is pretty quick to reply. This one we call Twilight Veil, and when I try to move backwards, the character just spins around. The controls are pretty bad. Games are great for testing a model. The UI, the gameplay, the detail, how well things are reasoned out, the controls, and this is just really buggy. The racing game was actually one of the better builds. The problem is, it lacks that open world feel. You can't travel far, and it's slow. Compare that with Qwen 3.8's version, and again, Qwen did a much better job. Some people say Qwen 3.8 isn't that good, but from everything I'm testing, it's a great model, especially next to MuseSpark. This one is called Dragon Realm, and the dragon just bounces on the spot when it moves. It makes no sense. And that's the common theme. Most of these builds are really laggy. But this flight style game was actually one of the better ones. Easy to control, some cool stuff in there, and it beat Fable 5's first attempt. And that's the theme. Across every single task, MuseSpark just isn't winning. Look how basic this game is. It's not playable at all. Nowadays, you can build something genuinely amazing, open world and 3D, like this Qwen 3.8 build. Fable 5 nailed it. To be fair, the Doom style build is its one genuine win. It looks nice, and it's actually easy to navigate. But this Crypts game? Very basic. It lacks the fun factor, and the character's arms are literally missing. This next one isn't too bad, but watch. The character gets stuck on the wall. It's just not great at reasoning things through. Meanwhile, look at Fable 5's version. The lighting, the colors, the shadows, everything is there. And Qwen 3.8 made something really nice too. The Dragonfly game, I couldn't even work out how to change the camera at first. It just floats around, doing nothing. And the parachute game, it's okay, but the character isn't really descending. Look at Fable 5's version of the same thing. The graphics, the motion, all of it is just cleaner. So, is it going to replace the frontier models you're using? Not at all. But here's the interesting part. MuseCode, the agentic harness. Used as an agent, calling tools, learning from documents, it's a completely different story. Look at Meta's agent benchmarks. On tool use tasks, MuseSpark actually jumps to the top of the chart. And inside the MuseCode harness, it builds much sharper things too. So I ran my own test. I gave both MuseSpark and Qwen 3.8 the same task. Read a guide and turn it into a reusable skill. MuseSpark replied faster than Qwen 3.8, which is impressive on its own. And the skill it produced was genuinely solid. It analyzed the guide, built a proper table, and got specific. So the takeaway: don't use MuseSpark as your main coding model. Use it inside an agentic setup or delegate to it as a fast sub-agent. That's where it earns its place. Thanks for watching. Follow Go Venture for more AI breakdowns that help you build.